What's up guys, Truck Palmer here. Dash cameras offer valuable protection and peace of mind on the road, providing evidence in case of an accident, deterring insurance, and capturing memorable moments. In this video, I will show you how to professionally install a hardware kit for your dash camera. All dash camera comes with a power adapter, but you won't need this if you use a hardware kit. I highly recommend using a hardwire kit with a dash camera for neat installation with little wires showing, and to also be able to enable the 24-hour parking feature. This kit has a low voltage protection which shuts down the camera when the vehicle battery drops below a desired volt, which can be set here. This will allow you to start the vehicle when you are ready to hit the road. This comes with 4 different fuse taps, so one will work with your vehicle. Let's start installing this hardwire kit. This is a universal hardwire kit that can work on most dash cameras with a Type-C port. Here are some pins to set the battery voltage at which the camera will stop recording to prevent the battery from getting so low that it can't start the vehicle. You may choose a volt depending on your outdoor temperature and the age of your battery. The volts can be set to 11.8 volt, 12 volt, 12.2 and 12.4 for a 12 volt battery. I will set mine to 12 volt. If you don't care much about this feature, set it to 12.4. This will be the highest battery setting, but will leave a lot of battery life to ensure that your vehicle starts. We will need a good ground source. Depending on where the ground source is, you might have to add extra wire to reach it. Next, choose your fuse tap style for your vehicle. For this vehicle, it's the ACN or LP mini type. Insert these 10 amp fuse to the right side of the fuse tap. I will now connect these to the hardwire kit. Connect any one because they are both red. Push these covers together to seal the wires. You may additionally use tape to secure these wires. To install the hardwire kit, locate the internal fuse box. Most times they are under the steering columns. Others might be to the side like right here on this Nissan. Some fuse boxes will be covered like this one on this 2014 Toyota Highlander. Remove the cover. Now I need to find 2 fuse slots to be used for the next step. One fuse slot that will provide constant power even when the vehicle is off, which is the red wire. And another fuse slot that only provides power when the key accessory is in the on position, or the yellow wire. Let's find them. So while the vehicle is off, use a multimeter or a test light to find a slot with power, and this should be connected to the red wire. Ensure that it is the red wire here. Different hardwire kit color might be different. Always read your user manual. I will now test for a fuse that has power while the vehicle is off. Connect the black tester wire to a ground source and start testing empty fuse slots if you have any with the red tester wire. I don't have any empty slots here, but if you do, test both sides for power while making note of the ones that do not have power. Those will be tested for the accessory or yellow wire later. If you find an open fuse slot with power, just insert the fuse tap that is connected to the red wire. That red wire is for a constant 12 volt whether or not the vehicle is off. Note that no fuse is needed to go here if you found an empty fuse slot. For this vehicle, I will test 15 amp fuses or higher while making note of the fuses that do not show power. These will be possibly accessory fuses to be tested later. When I get power while the vehicle is off, I have found the right fuse. I found one here. This fuse has power while the vehicle is off. You can see power reading right here on the multimeter. I will use this pointy nose pliers to remove the fuse and insert it to the left side of the fuse tap here. Now I will insert the fuse tap that is connected to the red wire. Very important that you connect the wire that requires a constant 12 volt to the fuse tap that gives constant 12 volts whether or not the vehicle is off. Now for the yellow accessory fuse tap. Turn the key to the accessory position, which will be the first turn for key start vehicle, and for vehicles that has push start, press the start button once while your foot off the brake. First, check those empty slots that you have made notes of earlier that did not show power when the vehicle was off. Of course, that is if you had empty fuse slots. If you find an empty fuse slot that has power which did not have power when the vehicle was off, it's an accessory slot. Just insert the fuse top that is connected to the yellow wire in that empty fuse slot. Again, no fuse should be placed here if you found an empty fuse slot. For this 2014 Toyota Highlander, there is no empty fuse slot, so I will be checking those fuses that I made note of earlier that did not show power when the vehicle was off. Now I'm getting power here. This fuse did not show power while the vehicle was off. I will remove this fuse and insert it to the left side of the fuse stop. Now I will insert the fuse top that is connected to the yellow accessory wire in the fuse slot. The red and yellow wires are now connected. Now it's time to find a ground source which is connected to the frame of the vehicle. Here is a good ground source for me. You can use a multimeter to test continuity to see if it's a good ground. Connect one end here and the other end to an exposed metal area that you know has good contact with the frame of the vehicle. This multimeter is set to continuity in the beep mode. A solid beep indicates a good ground. So this location here is perfect because it has a nut to secure the wire. I will loosen this nut and secure the ground wire here. If you can't find a nut close enough, like I did here, you may have to get extra wire and run it where you can find a good nut that is grounded. You can do it, and that's pretty much it for the wire connections. Now it's time to secure the wire with tie straps. Then run the wire to the camera. You may have to remove some trims or part of the dash. It will be different for different vehicles, and you may only need to remove a side panel or one here. For this 2014 Toyota Highlander, I will need to remove this side panel and pull this panel loose. Now I will run the wire through this hole and push this panel back in place. I will tuck the wire under this rubber and reinstall this cover. I will loosen this panel covering the airbag and tuck the wire under the airbag so it's out of the way in the event the airbag is deployed. I can now plug this in and hide the excess wire. I will be tucking the wire away under the windshield and under the roof. That's it for installing the hardware kit, and the installation is actually completed. Congratulations! This hardware kit will provide parking monitor and 24-hour surveillance. All the products used in this video are available on Amazon, and the link will be in the description below. Thanks for watching, guys, but before you go, please like this video and subscribe to my channel if you have not yet done so. Chuck Palmer out. See you on the next one, guys.